WARD dollar sign, nigga. NAYIMED.
Welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you're returning. My name is Nayim. I am your host. Before we get started, shout out to Swelthy. He is a producer out here in Richmond. Thank you for hitting the Cash App, high-ranking fleet member. And shout out to Snippet Thorns, man. I've been seeing you a lot more over here, and I'm happy to see you doing your thing. And I love when I see the fleet out here doing their thing. You know, I champion work. I champion consistency. I champion all the good things that make us better for our families and our situations going forward. Now, just this little quick housekeeping tidbit. A lot of people are new and they don't understand how it goes over here. You know, I don't have an ego that you can inflate or offend. So disagreeing with me, it doesn't matter. We don't have to be on the same page all the time. You could come in and totally say something just completely on the other side. I'm not sitting over here boo-hooing and mad or whatever, but just understand, if you come over here and you get disrespectful, I'm going to ask you to see your life. I want to see what you're doing for yourself. I want to see how you're living. And I want to see your girl. Because you have to be qualified to speak if you're going to be disrespectful. Simple as that. And if you don't want to show your girl because you met her in the metaverse or she doesn't exist or something like that, just, sit it out. It don't be for you. We don't always get along over here. We don't always, be on the same page. It's not always, hey guys, this is not a cult. We are having dialogue. I'm not talking at you. I'm talking with you. I'm talking to you. You can have a difference of perspective, but don't be disrespectful because you probably don't want to post your girl. Now, Rod Wave absolutely does not respect Boosie, and most people do not respect Boosie as a businessman. No matter what anybody's ever told you or what you've ever seen, growing up and listening to somebody is not respect. Playing their music all the time, that's not respect. Not saying stuff when they go off the wall and the whole world is against them, that's not respect. Being raised by somebody, that's not respect. Especially when we talk about music. If you don't know what happened, because you're on your Patrick Star kick, Rod Wave sampled a Boosie song without Boosie's permission that Boosie owns. Boosie starts going off per usual. Rod Wave posts up the little heartbroken thing talking about, the video when Boosie's counting the money in the street. It's like the most famous Boosie video ever when Boosie was real young. Rod Wave posted a video saying, if money ain't nothing. If you want your money, man, I'm going to pay you, man. Just pull up on me, man. That's a sign of disrespect, too. We'll talk about it in a second. Boosie says, y'all always trying to cheat me and steal my money from my kids' publishing. We'll talk about that, too. Y'all wouldn't do this to these other artists. Y'all wouldn't do this to other people, but y'all keep doing it to me. And it's just this back and forth sparring thing because Boosie is right. Point blank period. We talk about Boosie a lot because I think Boosie is a very good example of what not to do with a lot of the business. See, a lot of us are used to operating our business in the form of you never really see yourself being as big as a Nike. You never see yourself being as big as an Amazon. You never see yourself being as big as a Walmart or a Target or a Burger King or something like that. You don't see yourself going past a certain point. So you don't take that time out to learn the things that you need to learn to be able to go forward in every single crack and crevice. We talked about this on the Young Blue episode. Go watch the Young Blue episode where I talked about the Boosie and his business in a serious in-depth situation about when it comes to him and artists. This is the same situation. Rod Wave sampling the song, and y'all who don't do music and not in music, you might look at it as like, oh man, Rod Wave is gonna pay you, man. It's a sign of respect because they're people in our culture and in music in general, just music in general. I was talking about hip hop, but people in music in general, a sign of respect is interpolations. A sign of respect is taking lyrics from somebody you really like and redoing them or putting them in your song or something. That is a sign of like admiration and respect. As example, if you need an example, is the Block Boy JB song with Drake, Look Alive, when he took the DJ Paul, basically a big old chunk of DJ Paul verse out, and he put it in his song. Another example would be 21 Savage and Drake. I don't know the name of that song. I think it's Night Talk or whatever it's called. But 21 Savage was like, I'm a savage, smacker, booty, and magic. Another example, that's not a good example for that. But with those two examples, Meg Thee Stallion and DJ Paul got paid. They got credited and they got paid because you can't take people's stuff and use it without crediting to them and paying them. A good example of what happens when you find yourself being Rod Wave, taking people's music and using it as your own, is Juice WRLD and Sting. Juice WRLD's Lucid Dreams was an interpolation of that Sting song, and what ended up happening was Juice WRLD just, oh, I like this song and it's a popular song. It caught wind. It became Juice WRLD's biggest song, and Juice WRLD is not able, when he was alive, and even down to this day, he owns 0% of that song. Why does he own 0% of that song? Because he took something without somebody's permission, and he thought that he would be able to get away with it. If he didn't blow up, it wouldn't matter, but he blew up, and Sting even went on, I think he was on the Breakfast Club, but he was somewhere where he was talking about, this song is going to pay for my grandchildren's grandchildren. That's how much money he ended up making off that song, because he was able to come through and take 100% of that song because you didn't do your business right at first. Boosie being upset is 100% righteous, because when you put a song out, the minute that that song starts getting played on all of these platforms, there's money coming from all over the place. If you remember, or you know anything about Boosie's journey, you remember that he lost his house because he wasn't able to afford that. And when he was in jail, he talked about the only checks that he was getting was his sound exchange checks. So that's a factor of music that people won't even be able to tell you, because it's just like, oh man, he respects you, he loves you, but hey, respecting and loving me is not going behind my back and taking my stuff without properly crediting me. Because when like I was saying, when you put these songs out, they start generating money immediately. So it's not just money from wherever you put your song up at. You have your sound exchange, you have your publishing, you have all these other avenues from where this song is going to be generating money that Boosie is 100% entitled to, because you took something that he created that belongs to him. So every minute, every second that go by, every time this song is getting paid, money is being generated that is coming in, that Boosie rightfully owns a piece, well, he should rightfully own a piece of this song, generating money, and he's not getting what he deserves and what he is owed because somebody decided they wanted to go behind his back and take his stuff without properly crediting him. And I say that saying, Boosie, I pull up, I give you whatever you want to right now, is disrespectful, because one, that's not how it works. Two, you wouldn't disrespect no other artist like that who was on top of their business. But that is Boosie's fault for not being on top of his business. But it's not Boosie's fault people coming out and taking his stuff, especially people signed to record labels, because again, labels do not respect Boosie, period. There is 0% for Boosie at a record label. No executive respect Boosie, no A&R, no producer, nobody, none of these people respect Boosie, because if they respected him, they wouldn't go behind his back and steal from him. They wouldn't go behind his back and take his artists and coerce people around him and say, man, it don't matter or whatever, or try to drag him into court and try to steal everything from him when they know that what they're doing is wrong, because this belongs to somebody else. So if Boosie decided to say, because you didn't do this right, I'm taking 100% of this song, there's only two options here. If he goes to court and decides he wants to pursue it, the first option is obviously go to court, get 100%, do this thing with the Juice WRLD situation. Rod Wave makes no money off the song. Two, Rod Wave takes the song down and the song never comes out, and people still having it, still going up, but you'll spend so much time and so much money trying to, I mean, both these options cost a lot of money, but it's disrespectful, it's disingenuous, it's no respect there. And that's why it's not no respect there. And Boosie is losing money every single second. It doesn't matter if you think that it's a little bit of money. It don't matter if you think 1%. Imagine Juice WRLD getting 1% of his biggest hit that everybody knows, that everybody's going to play in perpetuity, and you're not able to make any money. I know that somebody had tried to sample, I think Toni Braxton, or sample some Toni Braxton song, and she's like, hey, 80% off rip. 70, and there's a lot of other people, 70% off rip. Everybody not, for the love of the culture, because they only talk that love of the culture stuff when it's for them to be benefited. If you came and you try to do something or take something from Raw Wave, you're gonna pay. You're not gonna be able to, ain't gonna be no sitting back and just doing what you want to do, sitting back and just, whatever the parlay would be for whatever you would want it to be. No, you're gonna handle your business correctly. So I'm saying that there is no respect there. And there's no respect there because Boosie's not on top of his business, or he wasn't on top of his business before how he should have been. Everything Boosie said was right. Everything Boosie said is valid. Raw Wave was wrong. Whoever Raw Wave signed to is wrong. Everybody on Raw Wave side, as far as like the business and stuff, 100% wrong. Love don't pay the bills. Love not going to break you off your publishing because I give you $30,000. Here, Boosie, here go 30 racks. But my song is about to make $500,000. So if Boosie took that 30 racks, because I believe that there should be some type of fee to use, plus give me my portion of the song. You can take that 30 racks, but this man has just made $470,000 profit, and you're not entitled to none of that. No, give me my percent, so we can go about our way. It could be love and respect. When you love and respect somebody, you want to do right by them. You let me know how you feel about it.
Nayimedward $, nigga. Nayimedward.